have probably never heard of an island called Diego Garcia in the Chagos archipelago. Now, I used to follow the story of Diego Garcia in the news magazine called Africa Today, which, of course, is a Pan Africanist magazine, which, of course, I read for many, many years, particularly on issues to do with Africa and Africans. I just read this morning a very interesting but brief article by Ahmed Sule, who is a writer and a fellow journalist and also a social critic. Now, Ahmed Sule has brought out the issue of what is called the Non-Self-Governing Territories, NSGT. Now, the US, France, and UK mainly continue to colonize other people's lands, and they continue to commit human rights abuses that directly are actually prohibited by international law. And the main reason for this is simple. They want to maintain their global hegemony. So they use these territories, including Diego Garcia, as military bases. Now, this is extremely important now because we are seeing the French being kicked out of countries in West Africa, where France has actually been a colonizer. So what these powers do, when they coin words like non-self-governing territories, is to camouflage the fact that they're indeed colonies. Diego Garcia is actually occupied by black people from some of the neighboring countries who migrated there many, many years ago. But when you look at historical accounts, these powers have tried to hide that history by claiming that members of the white race, particularly the Portuguese, somehow discovered that island. So this is one of the ways in which Africans are kept under colonization. Their human rights are abused left, right, and center. This year, 2025, must be a very important year for Africans. We must revisit all the human rights abuses against the African people. And we must sort ways of making sure that our agency is now exercised within the global reality as the world goes into a multipolar system. And we must be careful not simply to change colonial masters. And I say this particularly in regard to the West African countries that have now decided to kick out French colonialism.